Everyone. I'll ask you if you could take a seat for us. We'd appreciate that. We're going to get started with our program. I appreciate each and every one of you who may have braved the weather. I know some of you who came in at the end may have swam over here. It started to rain sideways. So we'll hope that while we're here together, that rain will dissipate and it'll be sunny skies and beautiful for you when you leave. But I want to say good afternoon to each and every one of you and thank you for joining us for this very exciting announcement. The word exciting actually doesn't capture how truly momentous this announcement is. The new initiative we are here to discuss will change lives in Knox County. It is an investment not only in future students, but in our children, our neighbors, and our friends. It will benefit local employers who need a pipeline of skilled workers to meet their ever-changing workforce demands. And it will help our economic development partners market Knox County to businesses looking for new communities to call home. It truly has the potential to be transformational for Knox County. This new program is the result of a very unique partnership of individuals and organizations that continue to amaze me with their generosity and support, not only for COTC, but for their beloved Knox County community. Their dedication to the community is simply unparalleled, and it is a pleasure to introduce them to you. Today, I am joined by Jen Odenweiler, Executive Director of the Ariel Foundation, Jeffrey Scott, Executive Director of the Knox County Foundation, Mark Ramser, a former member of the COTC Board of Trustees, and together with his wife Denise, a funding partner for this project, and last but certainly not least, Gordy Yantz, a current member of the COTC Board of Trustees, and together with his wife Fran, another funding partner for this project. You will hear from all of them in a few moments, but before I explain the details of this new initiative, I would like to invite them all to join me for the unveiling of the poster which depicts why we are here today. So if I could ask all four of you to come up with me. You can take, yes, because there'll be photo ops now. We're maskless, but only for the photos, I promise. All right, are you ready? On a count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Obligatory clap. All right, everyone, we'll sit back down for now. So as you can see, we are here for the Knox County Initiative. I'm extremely pleased to announce the details of the COTC Knox Promise, which in short will offer free college to eligible Knox County residents with a household income of $60,000 or below attending any COTC campus or online. The Knox Promise is literally that, COTC's promise or guarantee to the people of Knox County that we will fund the gap between tuition, which includes instructional and general fees, and remaining student needs after all their other institutional, federal, and state aid and private scholarships are exhausted. So they'll apply for federal aid. Any gap that's still left for tuition and fees, the college will meet that need with the help of our funding partners. With the Knox Promise, COTC will make earning a college education a reality for many more Knox County residents who never thought college was within their grasp. The Knox Promise is open to new, current, or returning COTC students who do not already hold a bachelor's degree or an associate's degree, have lived in Knox County for at least 1 year, and have an annual household income of $60,000 or less, as reported on the free application for federal student aid. Most of us know that as FAFSA. So we're very excited that this is for all of our students, both current and future. Students will also need to meet and maintain a few additional enrollment and academic requirements. For example, students must maintain a minimum of a 2.0 GPA and continue meeting the standards for satisfactory academic progress. They must also file the FAFSA each year, since eligibility for the Knox Promise will be determined annually based on household income, as reported on that FAFSA, and continued Knox County residency. According to the most recent census data, 54% of Knox County households have a household income of under that $60,000 threshold. So we are talking about a significant number of individuals and families that will be eligible for this specific program. So very excited about that. We just wanted to give you probably more information than you ever wanted to know, but that's very important for you to understand how impactful this can be. Over half of the residents of Knox County are eligible for this program as we talk about it today. Now, we put that 1-year threshold in there very purposefully because, as you know, with some of the recent engagement points that we've all heard within our communities, such as the Intel announcement, we know there will be a lot of people moving into the communities and such. Well, we want them to root here. We want them to be members of this community. We want them to grow and thrive. We want to be a part of that, but we don't want them coming here specifically for this occasion. We want them to be a part of Knox County today and tomorrow. COTC's goal was to make the Knox Promise program both straightforward and easily understood and easy to award. In fact, one of the highlights of the program is that there is no separate application for this activity. Knox County residents who have been admitted to COTC and they've completed their FAFSA and have submitted any additional documentation that's required by financial aid for their process will automatically be considered for this award. So they don't have to take any additional steps. As they apply to us, we will review them for potential service in this process. COTC will notify all applicants and current students who meet the eligibility requirements. Once identified, all of those students, all they need to do is register for their COTC classes and make sure their student financial service office to ensure that the tuition and fees are covered. So we will work directly with each and every student to take advantage of this opportunity. We also understand that many of our students work full-time and simply cannot commit to a full-time course load. 75% of our students are part-time because the majority of them are working. They're actually in our communities working hard, but they want to change their life trajectory. They want to expand upon that. They want a career foundation. So a new student who is taking advantage of the COTC Knox Promise may want to enroll in a single class or two, giving themselves time to adjust to their new routine of fitting college into their daily lives. That's why we have chosen not to implement a minimum credit threshold in our program and our promise eligibility. Students can enroll in as little as 1 credit hour in their program each semester. We rarely see student enrolling for just 1 credit hour, but it's not impossible. We're going to meet them where they are and serve the needs that they have to continue their trajectory towards career. Additionally, there is no lifetime dollar limit to the Promise Award. Students can earn a degree or certificate on their own terms in a time frame that fits their lives. Thanks to our 4 incredible funding partners, Knox Promise funds will be available for the autumn 22 semester. That is this fall, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start this process this year. We're announcing the Knox Promise now to raise awareness through the county and to encourage interested students to file their FAFSA. We also know there are many high school seniors trying to decide what they will be doing next year. And we hope they will consider coming to COTC to take advantage of this phenomenal opportunity. Whether they want to pursue an associate's degree in healthcare, engineering, business, IT, or public safety, or maybe just get their general education requirements out of the way before transitioning to a 4-year baccalaureate program, COTC can be an excellent stepping stone to a good paying career or an advanced degree. For 50 years, COTC has been committed to affordable and accessible technical education and training to meet the needs of students and employers in our 3 county service region, Licking, Knox, and Coshocton. The Knox Promise is a reaffirmation to the long-standing mission, and to make this announcement as part of the college's 50th year anniversary is extremely meaningful. I would like to invite Jen Oldenweiler, our Executive Director of the Ariel Foundation, to the podium to make some remarks for us. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Berry. Good afternoon, and happy 50th anniversary. The Ariel Foundation is honored to partner in making such a special promise to our community. Enhancing educational outcomes in Knox County by creating opportunities for all sounds like a really good deal and a good partnership, doesn't it? This is a very exciting day. In 2012, a scholarship was established to honor Karen Buchwald-Wright, Ariel Foundation's chairman and founder. Since 2014, over 150 students here in Knox County through COTC or OSU Newark have benefited from what is known as our KBW Scholarship, and it's a hand up towards achieving educational goals. The KBW Scholarship will live on in perpetuity as one tool in our Knox County toolbox of community resources. With today's special announcement of Knox Promise, our collective toolbox is increasing in size and will have even greater impact in our community as more individuals can more easily obtain a certificate or a degree. We appreciate COTC's leadership in doing the heavy lifting to launch this effort in a big way. And on behalf of the Ariel Foundation, we're grateful to Knox County Foundation for facilitating these important conversations and the gathering of resources so that together we may invest in our community and invite others to join us in creating significant quality of life impact right here in our hometown. The partnership announced today is yet another example of the formula that makes Knox County so special. We know it is the 3 R's, so what are those? Relationships plus resources equal very promising results. It's my pleasure to introduce you to Jeff Scott, the Executive Director of the Knox County Foundation. Thank you all for being here today.
Good afternoon. Knox County Foundation has a long-standing commitment to and rich history of supporting the Knox County community. As a partner in philanthropy with thousands of community-minded donors and fund holders, Knox County Foundation has been dedicated to improving the quality of life for Knox County residents for more than 75 years, aiding vital nonprofit organizations through our grant making, expanding access to education and training through our scholarship program, and responding to the ever-changing and emerging needs in our community. Today's announcement represents that rare opportunity which allows us to meet all of those objectives in one unique and creative initiative, the Knox Promise. Shortly after I started as executive director at the Knox County Foundation, Dick Mavis, who's here with us today and was at the time our board chair, asked me to see what might be done to encourage more local high school students to attend one of our local colleges and universities. And he went on, hopefully find employment here locally, choose to stay in Knox County, and become active and engaged residents of a growing and thriving community. No pressure, right? I mean, kind of a big ask, first day on the job. I loved the idea, I just had no clue where to start. So as one does when one's new boss asks for something that one has no idea how to do, I said, absolutely, let's make this happen. And then I immediately began seeking out and talking to people who were much smarter than I was to see what might be possible. As it happens, a short while later, I found myself in conversation with a few of those folks, a few of the esteemed colleagues that I'm privileged to be sharing the podium with today, Mr. Gordy Yance, Mr. Mark Ramser, Ms. Jen Odenweller, as the seed of what would grow to become the Knox Promise began to germinate. What would it take to ensure a baseline of college access for all Knox County residents? That was their question. Could Knox County Foundation partner with COTC in a way that, while quite different from the Foundation's typical scholarship program, might virtually guarantee free college for Knox County residents who met certain income and eligibility requirements? And as one does when one is offered that rare opportunity to be part of something that is potentially transformational, I said, absolutely, let's make this happen. Thankfully, Dr. Berry and his team at COTC were just as enthusiastic about the idea as we were, and more importantly, were completely willing and eager to help us think through and address a myriad of complicated details, ask and answer a number of challenging questions, and spend countless hours piecing together a process that could be a model of success for Knox County. And so today, I'm pleased to say that Knox County Foundation has established the Central Ohio Technical College Knox Promise Fund, which will provide necessary resources to ensure that any Knox County resident who qualifies for COT's Knox Promise program will have access to any one of the certificate or degree programs offered at any one of COTC's campuses, completely free of charge, beginning this fall. Now, it may go without saying, but it definitely should not go unsaid, that this initial investment would not be possible without the generous commitments from Mr. and Mrs. Yance, Mr. and Mrs. Ramser, Ariel Foundation, and Knox County Foundation's Board of Directors, and without the wholehearted and enthusiastic cooperation of Dr. Berry and his colleagues at COTC. Now, moving forward, I want to ask for your help. I would invite each of you to consider how you can help us expand and extend the Knox Promise program for years to come. Today's announcement is a good start, but it is just a start. In order to grow and sustain this program beyond the next few years, it's going to be vital that we find additional philanthropic partners who are willing to invest in the future of Knox County through this initiative. As with all good things, it's going to take all of us working together to realize the potential of the Knox Promise. And I think we all believe that it is a potential worth pursuing. And so my hope is that many of you and many of the other community-minded individuals, families, and organizations that make Knox County such a wonderful place to call home will hear this call to action and answer just like I did and just like those with me today have, and will say, absolutely, let's make this happen. Thank you, Dr. Barry, Mark and Denise, Gordy and Fran and Jen, and all of you for allowing me the privilege of representing Knox County Foundation here with you today. And now I want to ask Mark to come and share a few words with you. Mark.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I was privileged to serve as a member of the COTC Board of Trustees for 10 years and also for several years on the Knox Campus Advisory Board. I also had the opportunity to be involved with the acquisition of this building in 2006, and after its renovation, the dedication of the building in 2012, which incidentally, the 10-year anniversary will be a week from tomorrow. While the cost of higher education has continued to rise in the last 10 years, the benefits associated with that education continue to grow as well. An associate degree can offer an excellent return on investment since the cost of obtaining a degree is significantly less than a bachelor's degree, and the job opportunities can be plentiful. One example of this is the current nationwide need for more registered nurses, which is just one of many degree programs offered by COTC. There are many studies and reports that tout the value of an associate degree. Everything from an increase in career opportunity and more opportunities for career advancement to higher earning potential and better job security. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics in 2020, workers with an associate degree had median weekly earnings of $938 compared with $781 with people with only a high school diploma. That translates to $2 million median lifetime earnings for individuals with an associate degree compared to $1,600,000 median lifetime earnings for individuals with only a high school diploma. Even more impressive, a recent report by Georgetown University's Center on Education and the Workforce found that students with an associate degree and credentials in a specialized field often attain better paying jobs and careers than students earning bachelor's degrees. If you are wondering if pursuing an associate degree will be worth it in the long run, the answer is a resounding yes. In regard to Knox County demographics, obtaining an associate degree is not only important to the individual student, it is important to the entire community. According to recent census data, for Knox County residents 25 years and older, 9% have no high school diploma, 40% have only a high school diploma, and 21% have attended some college but have not obtained a degree, which that translates into 70% of Knox County students 25 years and older have no college degree. It is probably not surprising that there is a correlation between educational attainment and other important community characteristics. Communities with higher rates of education have lower crime, better overall health, and enhanced civic involvement. More college-educated residents also means increased success of local businesses. To strengthen our community and meet the needs of current and new employers, we need to increase the number of college graduates in Knox County. The impact of the Knox Promise will be to not only increase opportunities for education and provide an economic pipeline for local workforce development, but to also provide hope for a strong future for Knox County. It has the potential to be a game changer for eligible students, but we need to encourage our young people, friends, and neighbors to take advantage of this opportunity. With the Knox Promise, a degree or certificate from COTC now holds more value than ever before. I'm sure you're all familiar with the old saying, where there's a will, there's a way. The Knox Promise provides a financial way for students to attend COTC that otherwise might be challenging, if they have the will to commit the time and effort to obtain a degree. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to invite Gordy Yance to come to the podium.
Thank you, Mark, and welcome to each of you, and my appreciation for you investing your time with us this afternoon. The Knox Promise clearly represents another portal to technical education and lives of enhanced success for those who qualify and choose to participate. It has been discussed for a while and is now becoming a reality. Following what you just heard from Dr. Berry and Jennifer, Jeff, and Mark, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking this might be the time where I just say count the Yance family in and smile and take my seat. But I think I won't do that. Believing in the proposition that developing students produces a prepared workforce which enhances our county in numerous ways, I'm proud to stand before you today as a Knox Promise partner. And as I look into today's audience, I see many who in their own collaborative ways have endorsed and supported the accessibility and affordability of education. Many stepping stones to social, health, and economic development have resulted from your support. The Knox Promise is simply the next one of importance. My personal association with Central Ohio Technical College reaches back, like Mark's, about 16 years to the time before Ariel Hall, where we gather today. And I suspect that Mark and I equally share our satisfaction and pride over what we've seen accomplished in those times. As Knox County's current representative to the Central Ohio Technical College Fiduciary Board, I want to quickly share a few personal perspectives on COTC values. The facilities, technology, human capital, curriculum, and financial capacity housed on COTC's 4 campus locations are formidable. These are the resources that underlie all efforts to develop careers, build job security, and enhance earning potential for each and every student, regardless of background or financial capacity. But beyond the buildings, the classrooms, and the technology, there are many safety net programs running almost unnoticed, but often important in a student's quest for success. All of these automatically augment the Knox Promise. For many first-time students, as well as those returning to building additional skills, academics can be difficult. With that in mind, COTC offers the Center for Student Success, which houses the Communication Resource Center, where the focus is on improving written and verbal communication skills that enhance learning experiences. Counseling specialists continually seek out students who can most benefit while early in their education process. Also, the Math Learning Center, similar to communications, provides face-to-face and online tutoring. Again, the point is to support student success by reducing the risk of frustration leading to less than optimum outcomes. And thirdly, the general tutoring services, which as the name implies, can provide customized assistance wherever needed. It is well established that learning can easily be impeded by barriers that most of us have been fortunate to avoid. COTC recognizes this, and again, with student success in focus, has developed the Student Resource Center to provide consultation for basic needs. Student food pantries to address food insecurities and nutritional needs are present on all 4 campuses. Application-based student emergency grants of up to $500 to Pell-eligible students can remove the sting from distractions such as car repairs, medical bills, and utility shutoffs. These supplemental efforts are needs-based and certainly results-driven. COTC often highlights the phrases mindful of the past, focused on the future, and redefine what's possible when searching for enhancements to its education model. Knox Promise fills the bill on both of these measures. Fran and I are proud to assist with the launch of this partnership, and we share our belief that the Knox Promise will be a springboard of Knox County educational encouragement for years to come. Thank you very much, Dr. Berry.
Thank you all. Really appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm going to acknowledge that in a second, but I'm going to go off script here for a second because you all have inspired me to kind of share a few things with this group. And the team that I work with up here is like, oh, dear God, what's he doing? Why is he going off script? But it's really important for me to kind of share a couple things with you. We call this a BDD, a big darn deal, because this is a life-changing, life-enhancing, community-enhancing process. You know, my wife, sometimes, we see each other, of course, every night when I come home, and sometimes I just don't feel like sharing what happened in the day, because she will always ask, so what happened to you today? And I will say my pat answer to her is, well, we changed lives and built communities. We changed lives and built communities. And she's like, no, what really happened? And so then we get into the discussion. But people do ask me, what's it like to be a college president, and particularly at a community college? We build communities and we change lives every day. It is not easy. Our students have multiple obstacles ahead of them. They work full time, they have families, they are barely getting by many times on a socioeconomic status. The one major obstacle that we talk to, many of them, is a financial one. It is putting the pieces together to be able to really achieve the goal and the vision I've set for myself. And we honor our students because it is amazing what they do. But the support that we can offer them can make all the difference in the world. And I don't say that lightly. I have been one of our students. I was a community college student. I was a first-generation community college student. 40+% of our students are the first in their family to go to college. So they're navigating a system that is unknown to them. They are changing the very perception of where they have been, where they are going, what they will do in the future, and what their families will do in the future. This program enables them to achieve at a different pace, rate, with full support. And we are really appreciative of what you're doing. All right, I'm going back on script now. I'm going to read this again. Before we open up to questions, I would once again like to publicly recognize and thank our 4 funding partners for their incredible support and generosity. The Ariel Foundation, the Knox County Foundation, Mark and Denise Ramser, and Gordy and Fran Yance are the best of the best, and we are grateful that they recognize the transformational power of a county-wide promise program. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could help me thank them, we appreciate it. We look forward to working with them over the next few years to evaluate the program, find ways to enhance it, and garner even more community support to make this a long-term success process. Today is a special day for COTC and the Knox County community. My hope is that we will be back in front of you with these generous individuals in 2 to 3 years to ask for more money and for the program to spread because of the meaning it will have to our Knox County residents who are enrolled at COTC and more dedicated graduates entering the local workforce. The success of this program will be a win-win for COTC and Knox County. You know, I just alluded to this here, I'm going back off script for a second, and I should share this with you, 92% of our graduates, think about this, 92 out of 100, are employed in their field of study within 6 months of their graduation. 92 of 100 are in their field of study. So if they've studied in healthcare, they're nurses, they're sonographers, they're radiologists. And if they're in public service, they are police officers, they are fire, they are EMT. If they are doing technical education that we call advanced technology, they are working in manufacturing, they are engineers. They're doing that level of work within 6 months of graduation. So they're in your communities rooting themselves and transforming and building that community. This helps us raise that bar and enhance the number of students who have that opportunity. So ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you all for joining us for this momentous occasion. We will now open up for questions, and I will stop going off script, I promise you. So what can we answer for you, any of us? We also have members of our COTC leadership team, if you have specific questions that might need to be addressed, because many of you have probably watched that show, Undercover Boss, and the undercover boss who knows nothing really about what they're doing. I might be that person today, so I want to make sure that those individuals are here to help answer. What can we answer for you? And don't forget, I am an old seasoned educator. I will stand up here and stare at you. So I know you must have some question about something that you heard today. My friend.
How do you foresee this program being expanded so that, again, you can take advantage of it?
So the question was, do we see it as potentially expanding? And for other of our partners, our four-year partners, and we have very good four-year partners in this community. We appreciate NVNU, we appreciate our friends at Kenyon as well, and we're starting to have some discussions with both of them. We already do some collaboration together. We see this particularly for students who are looking for that four-year pathway of getting that jump start to it. We have direct pipelines, and we want to start talking with them about creating direct access portals for students in both of their institutions. It's not limited to just those, but to stay within the community and root within. Again, I think this will enhance that pipeline, will broaden it, and will provide more access as well. I would say on the other end of that spectrum too, our partners at the K through 12 level, as we start building more pathways for students to achieve degree completion. If they can start within the College Credit Plus program, even knock out a year's worth of their credit, and they have one more year of associate's work here at COTC for free, they will have attained their degree without any other financial burden as well. So we see kind of that partnership on both ends expanded. So I really appreciate that question. That's good. Thank you. Ma'am. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, excellent question. We appreciate that. I'm going to actually defer again to some of my colleagues at the end of the table. We have both our Dean of Enrollment Management, who will talk to you a little bit more about the high school and the middle school partnerships, and then we have our Director of Marketing PR, who will talk about our broad-based approach as well.
Absolutely. So I oversee our enrollment center, which includes our admissions office. And in our admissions office, we have built a very strong relationship with our high school partners, especially in the Knox area. Many of you know we have run the Knox County initiative on this campus since 2012, I believe. So we already have a wide range of high school students coming here and earning their Associate of Science degree. We will leverage our communication relationship management system. We do regular communications out to all of our counselors with exciting updates, program updates. And so Melanie, our Director of Admissions, will manage some communication out to our counselors. We will also do some boots on the ground work. And so likely we'll connect with each of those counselors individually with our admissions reps, go and talk to them, share with them what this means, provide them with resources, handouts to get to their students. We will also do some wide range communication out to any prospective student, any current student who are Knox County residents through our communication system as well. We'll likely leverage emails, text messaging, some phone calls to get this information in front of those that are already enrolled, but those that maybe have expressed interest but haven't enrolled yet. So we're hoping that this will help make that decision for them to move forward with that enrollment process by eliminating some of those financial barriers. Suzanne, great.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Brissou, Director of Marketing and Public Relations for the college, and we've put together a pretty broad multi-channel advertising campaign that'll roll out over the next several months. Like you said, not everybody reads newspapers now. Of course, we will be in the local newspapers, really pretty much every channel we can possibly get on in Knox County. Billboards, radio, we're looking into some other buys, Spotify, Hulu, things like that that might appeal to a younger generation, just to get the message out as broadly as we can. We'll also buying a list, so we'll do some direct marketing also with a list that meets that criteria of under $60,000 of household income. So we're planning a multi-tier campaign of direct mail also to really try to reach everybody as we can, but I'll also ask everybody who's here to help us get the word out as broadly as possible. If there are businesses that want information, connect with us. If you know individuals, connect with us. So we're really looking at our community partners to really help us get this word out. And certainly we'll be pushing this message out strongly in the next couple of months. But this is a campaign that we will reissue again, and over the next several years. So great questions, though. So everybody is you're all now in the loop.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you for the question. It was a very good one. Ma'am.
I think you touched on this. What are the residential requirements that you want to, move here forward with our
Right.
community? Was there an outline of guidelines for that?
Yes, and you will be able to take this information with you today. We have some of those handouts. It's basically a one-year residency minimum standard. So you have to have lived in Knox County for at least a year. And again, as people move into the community, as long as they're willing to stay here and root here, after the first year, they would be eligible as well. So, but it is that 1-year standard. Again, we appreciate this opportunity, but we don't want people just here to take advantage of that and leave. That's not its goal. It's to help, again, this community grow and flourish. So that's the 1-year piece. And every bit of the other standards that we talked about, like the 2.0 GPA, it's to keep them, again, moving forward because we don't want to take a step back and get into some academic difficulty. But those are outlined on some of the pieces that we'll send with you today as well. Eric, did you have something? Ah, gotcha. We're going to advertise in a lot of different ways. For those of you who might not have heard what our team said, we'll be doing some very targeted work with our K through 12 partners, specifically going to them and spending some time talking about what this means and what students can take advantage of. For those individuals who aren't in the K through 12 sectors, really doing some broad-based mailings, billboards, social media campaigning, radio advertisement, both on your traditional radio and then Spotify and those sorts of things as well. So lots of broad-based components, but we appreciate your help in making sure that those pieces get out as wide. You all know this. We have to tell people things 4 or 5 times before any of it really sinks in. So providing multiple avenues is the best approach that we can take. Yes, ma'am.
Dr. Berry, I know that COTC is bringing your nursing program to this campus, and for those of us who are involved in businesses locally that would like to take advantage of that, we thank you. Can you refresh our memory? When will the nursing program be coming? And I'm assuming that these students likewise will be able to avail themselves.
Yes, yes. Thank you. I'm going to use you as a plant, even though you weren't, and I appreciate you doing that. So people ask oftentimes, so what can I do here? Tell me exactly what I can do here on this campus for a completion agenda. You know, you can start anything that we offer here. You can begin that process. You can do your first 2 years of your degree into the baccalaureate. You can also from a certificate program. So if you're interested in getting into the workforce quickly, you want to jump into that, jump start it, not necessarily do the full 2-year degree. Phlebotomy, you know, and those are the people who take your blood, right? Okay, yes, see, that's I'm undercover boss. I told you about that earlier. So phlebotomy, the electrocardiograph technician, and STNA, and that's in partnership with our friends at the Knox Technical Center. So those certificates are already here. From an associate's degree perspective, we have the LPN to the associate's degree, the ADN process here currently as well. The Associates of Arts, the Associates of Science. So if you're looking for that 4-year degree piece, obviously a wide variety of singular courses. Planned for this summer, actually starting this summer, is the practical nursing certificate. So the PN will be coming here on site. So that actually starts this summer. I think this is no longer under consideration. The engineering short-term certificate, is that still coming? Yeah, so there's a short-term certificate in engineering, of which we just had passed and solidified, so that will be coming here as well. So you can do any of those processes on site. And again, that does not limit to just that. You can utilize any of the other processes from any of our campus locations or online as well. So thank you for asking that, I appreciate it. Any other questions that we can answer for you today? Sir, Mark has a question.
I hope I didn't misspeak when I talked about RN. You can't get an RN degree, but that apparently is the Newark campus. Is that right, or did I misspeak on that?
I'm going to defer to my colleagues. Come on up so I don't have to repeat.
So at our Newark campus, you can go directly into the associate degree nursing program, which is a 2-year pathway. At the Knox campus, you can still become an RN, but your pathway is LPN first, and then the LPN to ADN program. And after you complete the LPN to ADN program, you can sit for the registered nursing test.
And Mark, I would have flunked on that one entirely, so thank you. I appreciate it, and Sarah, thank you for coming over with that. There's a lot of N's and A's and L's and P's, so really appreciate that. Any other questions before we actually disperse? But we have a gift for you all for coming, not just information about that. Remember, this is our 50th anniversary year, and as such, we partnered with Velvet Ice Cream this year, and they created our very own flavor for us. And I am so sick of eating this damn ice cream, so, and it is delicious. It is fantastic, but we have it at most of our events. We actually have them as giveaways for you, and your own carry on individual, one for you. Take 7 or 8, we really appreciate you. But thank you all seriously for coming today. We can't tell you how excited we are about this, and thank you you all for your support and partnership. Help us spread the word. Let's get our students rolling. Thanks, everyone, very much. Appreciate it.